Hey y'all, it's Meagan Andy. Welcome back to the channel. Glad y'all are here today. Come spend a little time with us. Y'all know it's full-blown gardening season, and well, we're just at the point now we're checking to see what needs to be done.
That's
and
right.
What's ready, what needs to be picked.
Me and the kids and Daddy ground hog feed this morning. Y'all just see me unloading. Man, I'm gonna tell you what, them hogs they looking all right.
Yeah.
And they eating.
Yeah.
I think there is a possibility we may get us a little shower of rain pretty soon. So we might ought to act kind of quick on what we're about to do.
All right.
But first, let's ride down there to the creek. I want to see if that corn's coming up yet.
Okay.
I just gonna follow. Looks like it.
Of course. She thinks you can't go get in the creek without us.
I know. I have a guarantee that's what she'll do.
Yep.
She goes 15 miles an hour like it's nothing. Look at that sky. So, while y'all didn't see it, you remember me mentioning I didn't know what I was going to do down here at the creek.
To plant the corn or not to plant the corn.
That's right. And guess which one won? Corn got planted.
There was a lot of people that called it.
Oh, yeah.
They knew.
Lots of folks knew that that's what was going to happen.
Look at her. She's over there having the time of her life.
She loves that creek.
But she only thinks she can come down here when we're with her.
Yep. She won't come down here by herself for some reason. Anyways, I'm anxious to see if anything has came up yet because I believe it's had time. But I didn't see anything yesterday coming up, so I don't know. I do know popcorn's starting to tassel.
Oh, it is.
Sweet potatoes are running pretty nice. Pumpkins are growing phenomenal.
What happened in that spot?
Wait a minute.
There's a space.
I don't know.
There's a couple of plants missing.
We had some that didn't come up there. Uh-oh. Oh, it's there. Look at here. Look at there. It's just starting to push through. Right there's a small one. Good. Just like all the time, if you let your eyes focus, I can see a bunch of it out through there. So I ended up planting 4 rows of Honey Select sweet corn down here and a row of sunflowers. The sunflowers, they came up super fast. Now, I hadn't never planted sunflowers in a row. This will be the first time. Normally, I scatter the seeds and just let them do their thing, but I've never actually planted them in a row. So that'll be kind of.
I think it'll be pretty.
It'll be kind of cool. Well, I'm tickled.
The black oil sunflowers?
Yeah, them's the black oils. I am tickled that corn's coming up. So let me tell y'all the story behind this corn here. You've heard us mention many times before that me and Megan grew produce, and that's been like, what, 5-6 years ago now? Mm-hmm. And at that time, I was buying sweet corn seed by the 5-pound bag. This is one of the last 5-pound bags that we had, and I'm still planting out of it. And
Just testing our luck.
Yeah, I was getting worried about the seed because I've done planted 2 plantings out of this seed, and neither one of them come up that great. They came up, but it just wasn't great. And so I was starting to wonder if the seed wasn't going bad. And I said, well, this right here will be the ultimate test because the soil conditions was perfect. The ground is perfect. Everything about this situation here is perfect for seed to come up. And I said, if it don't come up good down here, well, then I'm throwing that seed away. So it's looking good right now, but that don't mean anything because I see one there and I see one there, see one there. So it's looking pretty good, but then you go right here and I don't see anything. But maybe it just ain't had time to push through yet. We're going to go with that for right now. But I'm tickled about that. That right there is going to be, if it makes, if if the coons stay out of it, this right here will be a lot of sweet corn.
So I'll just tell y'all, note to self. The reason we were questionable if we were going to plant sweet corn down here is because we are in the perfect raccoon habitat. Raccoons know when your sweet corn is ready before you do.
That they do.
And they're most times smarter than you too. They've outsmarted us more times than one, ain't they?
Yep.
So hopefully, as long as we've figured out if we keep good power on this fence and don't let the power, I think they must come test it like every day.
They got to.
Yeah, every day they come test this electric net. And if you let it go one night and it not have no power on it, that's it. Whether you got power on it after that or not.
Yep.
They decimated a big sweet corn crop we had down here a couple years ago.
Yeah, we got that thing on video.
Yeah, it's on video. They did.
Then it was planted in this exact part of the garden.
They decimated it.
Walk out through here. God, look at this. They had a party in here. We got behind. Mm-hmm. We was busy. Grass got tall around this net and was really killing the power on it. And they slipped in here before we knew what happened.
Yeah.
So.
And then after that, it didn't matter how much power we had on it. Yeah. They kept coming back.
I fixed the fence after that, had good power on it. They still got back in here and finished the rest of it. It's like they didn't care at that point. They figured out what was in here and they come through that net with that power on it. Now, since then, we have successfully raised sweet corn down here, but I learned my lesson, and since then, I have been really, really strict about keeping the grass off this net.
And you're okay until your corn starts to ripen.
Yeah, that's the critical point. Like, when the corn starts to get ready to pick, that's the critical point right there. That's looking good so far. There's a lot coming up, so if nothing fails, I got high intentions for this. High expectations, I mean.
What you gonna do with all this sweet corn?
You know, I really don't know. I don't know. Probably feed it to the coons.
Don't say that. We ain't putting up no cob corn. I guess we can freeze some or can some.
So, let me tell you, and you know all too well too, I don't make plans for anything out of the garden until it makes, because I've learned my lesson there too. And anytime I tell people that I'm going to have extra sweet corn or I'm going to have extra this or extra that,
it does not work out.
It don't work out. So we're going to pretend we don't even have this until we're eating it on our table. And then we'll be like, oh, look, we got a bunch of sweet corn.
What are we going to do with all this?
But yeah, it's a gamble down here. But I'm telling you, if you can keep the coons out, down here grows some absolutely beautiful sweet corn.
What grows good corn anyway? You can see the popcorn.
Yeah, apparently it grows good popcorn too. This garden does great at everything if you don't get a ton of rain.
Mm-hmm. Now, if it goes to raining like last year, it wasn't but a swamp down here last year.
Yeah, and you know, while I'm not going to complain if we start getting a lot of rain, because Lord knows we need it, but if that situation were to happen, this garden would probably plummet pretty quick. Mm-hmm. But in a dry year like we've had, this is hands down the best piece of ground we got.
Yep.
All right. Well,
only we can predict the weather.
More times than not, we have a dry year.
Oh, yeah.
But this year's a little excessive with that. Now, I think I'm going to go up here and address our potatoes. I've got two things I want to get taken care of this season. I'm going to go run the cultivator through the centers of the row on the potatoes just to keep them clean until we actually go through and dig them. And then I'm getting my potato digger out if it don't start raining. And we're going to hook that thing up and just check it out, because very soon we're going to be digging potatoes, and I haven't even done anything with it yet. So I kind of need to get things together on it and see how everything's going to work.
So 'tis the season that I once a day go around and check all the plants and see if there's anything that needs to be picked. And well, I might just have a tomato or two that's ripe. But first, let's check these peppers. Y'all check out these Halcinator jalapenos. Good size. Perfect for poppers. Those, I'm actually gonna leave a little bit longer. What happened to you, fella? Why you look like that? I guess I'll pick this one because it's already changing. Oh, that's why. Bad spot. But look at this right here. But yeah, I'm gonna give them a few more days. I think if the notion strikes me, I would like to try freezing the individual jalapeno poppers, like go ahead and have them made, and then I can just cook them in the oven. I've had several of y'all suggest doing that, and I think that sounds like a fabulous idea because I love them. Check out the poblano. Oh, poblanos are some of my favorite. We'll go ahead and pick him. Did y'all see how easy that came off? That means it was ready. We are about to be swimming in peppers here before long. That is exciting. Done been out of my hot sauce for several months now, couple months. And man, that's that stuff. It's so good, you literally put it on everything. So that one will probably be ready to pick here in the next couple days, I'd say. But it's still got that greenish tint to it. I like to let them get more yellow. My lima beans are doing good. Ooh, I got a nice looking bell there. There's a mallow. I don't think it's quite ready yet. I believe it can go another couple days. It's coming though. Are you on patrol? Are you accomplishing anything? You don't like the camera. And I know these habaneros ain't ready, but y'all come look at this. Look at all them babies hanging under there. Look under there. Alright, I just picked my cucumbers yesterday, so we won't worry with them. They're starting to go backwards, as expected. You can see they're not as pretty as they were. They've got several that are just slowly dying off. And they're not putting on as many cucumbers, I've noticed. I picked about half this bucket full yesterday. These like double bloom zinnias are so pretty. Just so pretty. Do y'all see it? Look yonder. Well, well. It's about to get hopping and popping in the kitchen before long once these tomatoes start coming in. We got to make spaghetti sauce, tomato juice, salsa. Well, look at this. I did not even remember us planting this. A gypsy pepper. Huh. Well, I don't know about y'all, but that, to me, let's see. Oh, yep. Totally ready, as easy as that broke off. Gypsy pepper. Y'all ever heard of that? Me and Andy went by a farmer's market here a while back, and they were having a big plant sale. That's where we got that from. We were like, oh, we've never heard of that. Let's buy it. Let's see if that one's ready. No. The peas are loaded. Not ready to pick, though. Hurry up and wait. Are you waiting for me? Now I'm gonna make my way down to the raised beds and we'll see if we got anything waiting for us down there. Well, it does look like Jacob has a couple tomatoes in there, but he's off helping Papa right now, and I'm not going to take that away from him. I'll let him pick his first red tomatoes. And we've took this raised bed here and turned it into a flower bed. If y'all remember, this is where our onions were. And we pulled out the white cucumbers, the onions. Our friends Greg and Sheila from Hoss, you know, came and stayed with us a couple days, and they brought the kids some zinnia and sunflower plugs. And so the kids wanted to make one of these raised beds full of flowers, and I cannot wait. That is going to be so pretty. Let's look at this. These are hot bananas. Yeah, I actually have several on there I should probably pick. Cayenne peppers. Of course, those are not ready. They're green. Y'all holler if you see any red sticking out at you. There's a little red one. Something must be wrong with this vine. Them tomatoes should be bigger than that. That's a cherry tomato. That is not a Mountain Pride. Where did that come from? I'm gonna have to talk with Andy about this, because I don't know why there's a cherry tomato over here. Yeah, that is definitely, these are my Mountain Prides, and that's a cherry. Interesting. Well, that's all the red of those I see. Let's look on this bed. These right here have kindly struggled. Had some issues with blossom end rot because our irrigation, for whatever reason, there's a red one. I wonder if it's, oh, and it's not rotten. Boy, that's a pretty red one. Look at that. But the irrigation has not been watering these very well, and I assume it's because they're last on the line, maybe. Check my zucchini here. Had a pile of them. Yep, looky there. I'm picking zucchini almost every day. Been doing a lot of cutting up and roasting it for lunch and supper. I have really enjoyed having it that way. Then also zucchini bread, of course. And I have not put that on video this time. Maybe I can do that on the next video. We can make some of my world-renowned chocolate chip zucchini bread. Well, these are some baby zucchinis. Nothing on there to pick yet. Them aren't quite ready. And nothing over here is ready. So, not too bad starting off the summer harvest, is it? Y'all just wait. It's about to get ramped up here in like the next couple weeks. I just don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I'm ready, but it's ready or not, here it comes. And I won't be complaining come wintertime, that's for sure. I'll be saying, why didn't I make more of this? What'd I do that for? That's usually what happens.
So I just rode up to the potato patch and checked it, and looks like that 2/10 of rain we had yesterday put that soil up there in perfect cultivating conditions. It was quite a bit dry yesterday before we had that rain. And so my plan is, I'm not doing anything with the belly plows. Like, I won't put those down when I'm up there. I just want to run these back feet through the empty spaces in the row, simply for the fact that we do have quite a bit of rain in the forecast. And if it ends up making it too wet that I can't get in there and dig these potatoes anytime soon, at least this will help me stay on top of the weed situation. And from what I've been told from people who have experience with these potato diggers like what we bought, that's the key, keeping the weeds out of your potatoes. So I'm trying my best to do that. They said that the digger will get clogged up if your stuff gets too weedy. And I've done a really good job so far, but we've been really dry so far too. So it's been sort of an easy thing to do. Cold-natured old girl. See, our potato vines are pretty much dead, but we have some weedy stuff that's coming in here, and obviously, like, this is not getting done today. And if we end up getting an inch of rain or 2 inches of rain, well, it may be a week or so before we're able to get back in here. And who knows, we may get more rain. You know, the weather's just unpredictable. You don't know what's going to happen. So I want to try to prepare now for later. This is fine. Like, it actually looks great. However, like all this mess right here, if we go a couple of weeks before I can actually get in here and dig these potatoes, that will be double the size, if not triple the size. So since I got time, I want to just run through it real quick and see what I can do. I'm not going to throw any dirt because I don't want to mess up any potatoes that may be under the ground. So I'm not going to use the belly cultivators, only the cultivators behind the tractor. And they're just going to be plowing out them tracks. And I'm hoping if I get enough speed, it'll really clean it up in between the rows. So that actually worked right nice. I mean, didn't get all the weeds, but it cleaned them up pretty good. I have to say that 2/10 of rain made it a little wetter than I thought it was. That's actually kind of muddy. That's too wet to be digging potatoes. So even if I wanted to, I wouldn't have been digging them today. But yeah, that's going to help me out. I mean, there's still going to be weeds coming in this part right here, but I don't want to disturb that because that's where my potatoes are. So hopefully that'll hold us off until all the rain's gone. If we do get rain. I really hope we do. We need it so bad. But I saw something else out here that's pretty exciting. Y'all see my pea patch here, right? By far some of the prettiest peas I've ever grown, besides those that are up there at the house right now. These are also Mississippi purple hulls. But where did they go? Right out yonder they are. Overlook this. This was a sweet corn failure. But look at this right here, y'all. Look yonder. Those is ready. There's just enough across here, I think. I could pick us a mess to eat on tonight. So, look at that. Look at that. Those are beautiful. And for whatever reason out here on this far end, they're just a little bit behind. Ain't near as many ready out here. We got a handful right there. That's it. I don't know why this end's coming in later than the other end. But man, when them peas right there really crank it up, and they're almost there. But when they really crank it up, that's gonna be a lot of peas. Right there. Man, ain't them pretty. One thing I really like about the purple hulls is it's very obvious when they're ready to pick. So I think them's far enough along. I believe I seen some more right over here. Yeah, right there they are. Y'all, they're about to be coming, and they're gonna come quick. There's many through here. I think I could go ahead and pick that one. But there's a lot through on this top row. For whatever reason, this top row's ahead. But there's a lot on it that will be ready probably tomorrow or the next day. I mean, man. And in reality, if I wanted to do it perfect, that would have been like that. But I just wanted to make sure I did have enough for a mess. And I think I got it. But look at that. That is perfect. How many peas is there? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 peas in that one pod. My goodness gracious. If they was all like that, which they ain't far from it, but if they was all like that, now that would be amazing. That's a lot of peas in one pod. So if anybody's curious how I've kept the deer out of those peas, that right there. Towards the end of the growing season, it's like the deer get used to it or something, and it kind of don't work quite as well. But all through the growing season, if I've got something planted out like that, I really ain't had time to put up a fence up there. I ain't even bought. I'm out of dog barkers. I got dog barkers set up in other places, and I haven't went and bought any more. But so I just take that stuff and mix it up in a regular old pump sprayer. Go through there and soak the leaves about once a week if it don't rain. If it does rain, I'll go back and spray it right after the rain because the rain will wash it off. Seems like you have a little bit of time there you can play with, maybe a night or so. But if you get a good rain, you definitely need to reapply it because it does wash off. But if not for that, I wouldn't be able to grow something up there in that garden because there's just no other way of keeping deer out, especially off of peas. Deer love peas. So I'm going to go unhook the toolbar with the cultivators on it, and I'll meet y'all down there at the barn where the potato digger's sitting. For those of y'all who may have missed the video back in the early spring or late winter, this is my potato digger. Have never used it. We bought it, like I said, it was either early spring or late winter. And so I have a pretty good idea of how this thing works, but I'm not 100% sure. That's why I want to go ahead and get it hooked up and set up behind the tractor. I do want to take these out and put them on the outside. I'd rather have them that way. I think they were that way just to ship. That won't be that hard. Other than that, I think it's ready to hook up. Besides, I need to put the PTO shaft on, and I'll need to grease that PTO shaft too. I am going to use it behind the cultivating Kubota tractor. Number one, this tractor just works good between the rows up there. Number two, this one, like most of the Japanese tractors of the time, had a 3-speed PTO, which is very unique. Tractors these days don't have that. But that somewhat makes me think, now I don't know, because I've never used it, but I happen to think that hooking it to this tractor, if I need to, even though it says 540 PTO, I mean, it's not going to hurt anything except everything's just going to be turning faster. It would work better running this thing in a faster gear than normal on the PTO because everything would shake faster. And the way this thing works is that knife goes like this and cuts into the ground, and this shakes up and down. That shakes the dirt out of the potatoes and leaves the potatoes laying on top of the ground. At least that's how it's supposed to work. The reason I'm saying this with the PTO on this tractor is theoretically I can turn this faster or slower, depending on which one works better, and I'll have a little bit of adjustment there, but than just hooking it to a regular tractor and having a 540 PTO. So we'll see how that works. We'll try all that when it comes time to dig. But anyways, main reason for hooking to this tractor is because, well, it just fits in the garden good. Huh, I'm gonna have to cut that PTO shaft. I'll be dog. Well, there she is. She's hooked up, but PTO shaft's too long, so I'm gonna have to cut some length out of that before I can actually hook it up to the PTO. So we'll go do that now. Well, I got the drive shaft cut, or the PTO shaft. Ended up cutting almost 8 or 9 inches out of that thing in order to get it short enough. I was a little surprised about that, but I'm gonna show y'all how this thing works. It's got an adjustment here that raises and lowers that, so that's going to adjust the pitch of the shaker when your potatoes are going through. These you can slide in and out, I guess, to straddle your row so that it'll actually sink down around your mound of well, the row where the potatoes are. It'll sink around that healed up part, and then I'm gonna put it in gear. And you'll see how she works. I think I'm going to be running it in first gear on the PTO. Like I said, it's got 3 gears on the PTO, 3 speeds. And I think first gear is going to be the one I'm probably going to run it in. The rest seem just a little too fast. There you go. See that knife right there? It's oscillating just a little. But then this right here is shaking. And that works in potatoes out the back. All of that right there. Pretty cool, huh? I can't wait to see this thing in action. There it is. So, next chance we get, I think we'll be digging potatoes. However, it does look like in the future here, in the very near future, it's going to be too wet, which I so hope that's true. I really do. I mean, we are getting pretty desperate for some rainfall right now.
Oh yeah, there's some good looking little crowder peas there.
Ain't they pretty? Look at all them peas in that shell. Wow. Uh-oh.
Did it jump out?
That ain't doing me no good. I need a...
Yeah, the way I like to cook these fresh is I got that little crock pot, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And you can put them in that and just cook them on low all day with some bacon grease or meat or something, and they just get so soft and so good. That's my favorite way to fix them when they're fresh like this.
Well, it's been a what, 2 years since we had the purple holes? But even then, they were pink-eye purple holes, right?
Yeah, we had black-eyed peas last year.
Right. And then the year before that, we had pink-eye purple holes.
Mm-hmm.
And this year, we have just regular purple holes. All mine's going everywhere except in the bucket. I mean, the pot.
Are you struggling?
I don't know, though, Megan. That sky's getting gray. I refuse to look at the radar on my phone.
I told him he's going to give us bad luck, make it run away.
Yep. It seems like every time you pull that radar out, it makes them go away. But if you don't look, you might get lucky and it make it to you.
Well, last night we were sitting in there, and all of a sudden we were like, is that rain? We didn't even know it was supposed to rain.
We jumped up like kids.
Yep.
And run to the door. You'd have thought it was snowing. I mean, we jumped up and we run to the door and was just like, oh my goodness, it's actually raining. And that's the one, like, it rained hard for a very short time. And a tenth fell out of that storm last night. And then earlier that day, we had another tenth. So 2 tenths yesterday.
Well, I discovered something else a while ago.
What?
I walked around to that peach tree in the front, and the peaches are all but ripe on it. They're pretty good too.
I need to go around there and pick me one.
Mm-hmm. They have a little different flavor than those down there.
Yeah,
But I mean, they're good though. They're very good.
We haven't ate a peach off of that tree yet. Well, you have.
I've eaten like 3 or 4.
Yeah, you have. But this is maybe I should say this is the first year that tree's had peaches.
Yeah.
So we didn't know what to expect.
It's a late blooming peach, and that's why we bought it. I can't remember the variety now, but that's why we got it, because usually what our trouble is the frost gets the blooms, because they get so excited on the first warm day of winter that they're going to bloom. But I bet we've pulled 100 off of it, trying to keep it from breaking its limbs, and it's still full.
Yeah, I went down there yesterday and pulled them off the apple trees. Pulled apples off the apple trees, because I'm telling you, we got the most apples that we've ever had.
Reckon Sasquatch will get them this time?
Unless Sasquatch will probably come and get them. But
somebody told us the other day, said that squirrels will come tote off the apples. I've never heard that or seen that with my own 2 eyes. And I was like, well, I wonder if that's what happened to them. And it may not have been, I don't know. But I went to a neighbor's house, taking care of some things for them. They have an apple tree, and I just happened to look over, and there was a darn squirrel with an apple in his mouth running to the woods as hard as he could run.
What is it they say? Everything you want to eat, everything else wants to eat it
Yeah.
too.
But I just ain't never seen a squirrel climb up in the tree and pick an apple and run off with it.
You know, I hear tales of people having squirrels pull up their corn or damage their corn once the corn comes in, you know, like your sweet corn.
Yeah.
I have to say that we've not had that problem, and I've never seen that problem. But I've heard numerous people say that the squirrels just tear their corn up.
Well, good thing we got a squirrel dog here, see.
Yeah.
She don't let the squirrels around here.
I think that's part of it, like between her and the cats.
Yeah.
Them cats don't let a squirrel around either.
Mm-mm. Or rabbits.
Or rabbits.
No.
I've seen them.
We had one time, we had one of them cats. We was out there in the garden and heard something make the awfulest squealing noise. Like the garden was like all growed up, like it was late in the season, and so everything was thick. We heard something go to squealing. We said, what in the world is that noise? Looked over, and one of them cats had caught a rabbit. And that rabbit was as big as it was.
You know, speaking of rabbits, I think I've seen more rabbits this year than I've seen in many years.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them around right now.
We've got rabbits running everywhere,
Well,
which that's a good thing.
Even Mama told me. She's been seeing them all over her yard. She said, I don't know that I ever remember seeing. rabbits like this.
I ain't seen rabbits like this since I was a kid. They used to be so bad, believe it or not. I was riding a four-wheeler one day when I was a youngin'. I run over one with the four-wheeler. Run out in front of me, and like before I could do anything, I'd run it over.
Wow.
Yeah. I caught that little fella and made him a pet for a little bit. he healed up. He got got better. But you know how you are with a kid. You do something like that. I felt so bad over it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you used to see rabbits run out everywhere, and then this went for a while. You didn't see many, but man, I've seen them this year. And turkeys. Seen more turkeys this year than I've seen in a long time.
I think that's what pulled up your corn over there.
I think it was too.
I don't think it was no crows. No, it's too much pulled up.
Yeah, I think it was too. And you know the other missed spots? I thought that might have been my planter or something messed up. It's all come up now.
Oh.
So some of the corn is this tall, and some of it is this tall.
So it just never, for whatever reason, those didn't come up.
Yeah, I guess it was too dry on it. That's what happens in a drought. Makes it tough, because some of it will come up and some of it won't.
Too bad I don't have my automatic pea shellers here.
Yeah, I know. Like that fella we watched last night. That'd been nice, wouldn't it?
I'm talking about my 2 automatic ones that I have.
Oh, you're talking about the youngins. Yeah, so the youngins have actually been with me, Mom, and Papa all day long.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just called a few minutes ago and said, would it be all right if they went to eat Mexican food with them? And I said, well, of course it would be. I mean, of course we don't mind. So,
Yep.
It's just been me and Megan around here today.
Yep.
Your birds is just a singing.
Trying to decide what the first thing I'm gonna make out of my tomatoes are, because they fixing to be
Loaded.
Yeah. Hey, also, did you know there's a cherry tomato down there in your raised beds?
What do you mean?
You ain't seen it.
No.
The
Like in my...
The very last tomato, like on the end down yonder, is a cherry tomato.
That's in my staked up part. Really?
It's a cherry tomato.
Where did that come from?
I don't know.
Wonder if
I don't know.
I haven't seen that. Now I did see one over there. Is it on the long run of raised beds at the bottom side? I saw one over there that had a bunch of little tomatoes on it, and I said maybe they're just gonna get bigger because we didn't plant no cherry tomatoes.
No, the way they're bunched up, they're bunched like cherry tomatoes and stuff.
So
Those are not mountain prides.
Does that mean that
Somebody
those seeds you bought had cherry tomatoes on?
I don't know. I don't know where that came from.
I don't either.
No, but you have to go down there and look at
I
it.
will.
It's definitely a cherry tomato.
13, 14, 15, 16. That hadn't had 16 in it. It had one missed.
What'd you say? You counted one while ago? It had 19 in it.
I counted one while ago. It had 19 peas in it.
That's the way. That's when they're good like that. You get a bunch. A lot more bang for your buck.
Tell me about it.
That's the one thing that drives me insane about those green peas. It's like sometimes you get one with 3
Yeah, there ain't enough
or
peas.
4
That's why I like them green arrow peas. They seem to fill out a whole lot more than
than some others.
the others we've planted. Boy, we're gonna have just the right amount too for a mess.
Oh yeah.
But here in probably 2 days, there are gonna be twice as many.
Well, we ain't had no Crowder peas in a few years.
Yeah, that's the other thing is these are Crowders.
See, I still have some. I still got some of them pink-eyed peas.
Yeah.
We had so many that year. I bet I canned 100 jars of them things. I felt like this will give me another change up in my menu. We'll have October beans. We'll have Crowder peas. We'll have pink-eyed peas. We'll have black-eyed peas.
There you go.
I don't have many black. I think I only got like a couple jars. I actually no. I don't think I have any black-eyed peas left.
It's amazing though when they're purple, how much better they shell than the ones that's just almost purple.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't have picked them others if I wasn't trying to get a mess.
Right.
Need to teach that dog how to shell peas.
I know it. She's over there. She's the watchdog.
I think it's fun to shell peas.
It is for a while.
For a while, yeah. Then you're kind of like, oh my goodness, I'm never going to get down.
Hours later. This is what they look like. They're not like little like the pink eyes or the black eyed peas. These are the crowder, like a crowder pea. Ooh.
I think that's why there's so many of them in the shell too, because they're crowders.
Maybe.
They're crowded in that shell.
Yep. Well, y'all, I guess that's going to call it an evening for this video anyway. We sure appreciate you spending some of your time with us. And hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you might have learned a little something. Till we see y'all on the next one.
Y'all have a good one.
Have a good one.
Yeah, somebody's getting rain.
Ain't us.
It sure ain't us. I wish you could see when I come out Daddy's shop driveway. I looked out across there and it was just like you could see the wall
Of the rain.
of rain out across there, but it never made it to us. I don't even think it got cloudy here, and it was just couldn't have been like the way the crow flies no more than a mile away
Ain't that crazy?
to see it as good as I did.